I'm finally moved into my home. I'm not fully set up yet, but I didn't want to wait any longer because I think the season finale is coming up, what, next week? Yeah, I think the season finale is coming up next week, and I wanted to, or no, the women tell all, then the season finale. Whatever's happening, this show is wrapping up, and I've missed like 3 weeks because I've just been like really, really busy, and this show has been boring. Boring, hasn't it? Like fallen off? It's fallen off in the views as well. I don't know what's going on. I told you, Mike, we were not feeling Pilot Peter. He's a nice guy. He's just a very dull character. And the thing about it is we had a very dull character in Ari, but the women were cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. These girls, aside from Victoria F., they are not like, I don't know, like Madison. Why is Madison here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not captivating TV. This is ABC, not CMT. You know what I mean? Speaking of Madison, let's talk about it. Before I even watched this review, I saw that she was trending on Twitter. Not that she was trending on Twitter. Luke P was trending on Twitter. And I'm like, why is Luke P trending? I go and check the hashtag. So a lot of people comparing her to Madison to Luke P. Listen, I don't agree with what Madison did, right? However, in no way is she remotely close to Luke P. We didn't even know that Madison was Christian until last week's episode. Like, she was not over here beating people over the head with her views and judging them. She is not a Luke P. Luke P was a whole nutcase. Madison is not that. Madison is young. Madison is sheltered. Madison is very, no shade, ignorant to the rest of the world. So to put her in something like this is a lot for a girl like that who comes from a place where everybody is like her. Everybody believes what she believes. And then she's in this space, this TV show in Hollywood full of devils. Okay. And it's just a lot for this girl to take in, because even when she's talking to Peter about her beliefs, she's very, not conflicted, but it's really hard for her to say. It's really hard for her to like get this out. And for me, I'm just like, is it hard for you to get this out because you really care about this guy and you don't fully believe what you're saying, but you're trying to hold on to something? Or are you just having a really hard time speaking up because in your life you've never really been giving a voice? I feel bad for Madison in a lot of ways because of a lot of, I'm a church kid. I grew up just like this woman, you know what I mean? And it took me years to unlearn a lot of the ignorance that I was taught. I finally am on a path, I believe, with my beliefs that I think is healthy and not harmful to other people. It's still a journey. It's still a lot of unlearning. And I think that that's where Madison is. And unless she gets out of that environment that she was raised in, she's going to continue to be this. Like, Madison for me gives me that she is going to be that wife, or she was raised to just be a wife. Nothing wrong with being a wife and a mom. But a lot of times, especially in American church, you are raised to just be that as a woman. You're not raised to lead. You're not raised to have a voice, and you are not raised to put yourself first. You're raised to put God first, your husband second, your kids third, everybody else, the whole church Christian community, and then you somewhere at the bottom. And unfortunately, we're watching a young girl who is in the thick of that right now, and she's really struggling because she has fallen for someone who has opposing views. Not like that opposing, but it's just like, I feel like Peter is more of a liberal Christian, like myself, okay? So I think that, he has beliefs, but it's like very light. And she has put herself in a position where she is now falling for a guy. She probably came here and thought it was going to be something really fun. I don't think she intended on really having feelings for him. So to know that he is going to go to fantasy suites and be intimate with other women and then possibly propose to her, she can't get past that. It makes sense in a real world, Christian or not. You're not going, sleep with some other chick and then propose to me a couple weeks later. That's not how this works, right? In the real world, Madison, baby, you signed up for a TV show. Ain't nothing real about this except for the emotions that you're feeling right now for Peter. So unfortunately, this show is just not on your side. And I felt really bad for her, I think, because I could just sympathize, because I totally understand. Could you imagine me, Black Madison, okay, in New York City at 18 years old, just, life just being thrown at me. burst my whole Christian bubble. I learned a lot. I learned a lot in my first year in New York City. I just saw a lot of me in Madison and just like, her struggling with everything, trying to act like everything is okay, but she's literally in an environment that is so against what she was raised in. Even grasp just a bit of her environment and how intense it is concerning, Christianity. When she went back home, like her hometown, everybody was saying that this woman was pure. Nobody's pure. And I think we really need to take that out of, the conversation. We're speaking about human beings. We're all born into sin. Nobody is perfect, okay? Nobody is perfect. Nobody is pure. And everybody laying that label on her. And I felt like she is trying to live up to that and, walk that fine line, because everybody in her life has given her this. Her dad, my daughter's really pure, Peter, so I want to make sure that you're treating her right because she's pure. If she wasn't, then what? Could he treat her like crap? Like, it just was relatable and upsetting. I feel really bad for her. I hope that she's able to, with this opportunity of The Bachelor, just travel a bit more, see the world a bit more. Not saying, leave your beliefs alone. Just saying that I hope that she gets to a place in her beliefs where she sees that God wants so much more from her than what man is telling her. What important men in her life are telling her that she is. That's what I feel like with Madison. Everybody is telling her who she is. I don't think she fully knows that yet. Having said that, I don't agree with her giving Peter ultimatums. I don't. In this situation. Outside of this situation, makes total sense. Well, like, girl, you went through hometowns and now you're getting the fantasy suites and you're just like, if you sleep with other people, I can't be with you. He should have known that from day one. He should have known your beliefs. Like, if you're trying to marry this dude, how does he not know that your faith is so important in your life? Like, you guys aren't talking about that. You had the first one-on-one. It seems like you and him have made a strong connection, have had a lot more time together than anybody else, because we, the viewers, are shocked by this, but nobody else in the house is shocked that you and Peter have gone this far in your relationship. So obviously you guys have spent some time. Obviously, this man is really infatuated with you. Why is he finding out now at Fantasy Suites that, God is such a huge part of your life and your Christian faith is so huge to you that if he sleeps with somebody else, you don't want to be with him? Sis, have you not watched The Bachelor? Have you not watched The Bachelorette? Why is this all news to you? I don't know. In a sense, I feel bad for her. Then another part of me is just like, Madison, are you scamming? Are you scamming for the Bachelorette position? Now that could make sense to me. That would make perfect sense to me, or that will be the kind of sense that I will feel comfortable with. I really don't want to think that she's like this sheltered kid. Let me, fantasize for a bit that Madison is very calculated and is scamming this whole situation. Her whole family is in on it. So that's why everybody back home was calling her pure. And that's why she keeps on talking about how she wants to get married and she wants to, find real love, but she doesn't want to be with a man that is with other women. And maybe that's what that is. I'm hoping that she is doing all of this to scam her way to be the Bachelorette. From what I've seen, I don't know. Specifically for me, I came here when Rachel was the Bachelorette. So I'm not really, the community that this show goes after, right? For me, I would love it if the sis was scamming to get this position. But from what I've seen from her, she's not interesting enough for me to be the Bachelorette. However, I do know that a lot of this show likes the, Christian cookie cutter kind of contestants as the leads. Like, they'll take sinners, okay? They'll take hellish sinners to be, supporting cast. Before a lead, they really like a clean, cookie cutter, white, Christian, very, middle America, Hitler's dream, all of that, right? So I feel like Madison fits that. She just was hella boring to me. I'm telling you, this whole season, I was like, who is this woman? Is this a producer? Is this an extra? Is this a waitress at the restaurant? Who is this woman? Oh, Madison? I just learned her name, guys. I just learned her name at Hometowns. I had no idea who this girl was. She came out of nowhere. But apparently she is, doing really good because she's at the end. She's one of the final three. And that's what I think was so boring about this show. It's just like, you got a boring lead. Now you got somebody who was a boring, sorry, Madison, but a boring potential, season winner at the end. Like Madison, Victoria F., and Hannah. These were the most interesting people out of all the women this season to make it this far. You cannot have the last few episodes of your show, the season finale, all being, constructed around very bland characters and one nut job. Like, and who's not the lead? Victoria F. is the lead. Perfect, because we all know that she is 2 cans short of a 6-pack. So that's great TV. But she's not. She jumps in and out, and then it's on to Hannah and Madison. Whew, what happened with the casting this season? I think you guys really tried to force Peter on us. And what happened with the formula? Something did not work this season because loyal Bachelor and Bachelorette watchers are just like, girl, are you watching this? Because I'm not. And I'm like, you one of the people who got me into this show. So you're not watching it anymore. They have all moved on to Love is Blind. Let me tell you something, Mike. You better step it up for the Bachelorette because everybody is going nuts over Love is Blind, which I will be reviewing. Check back on my channel either Thursday morning or Wednesday evening. That review should be up. But I'm just saying, Bachelor, you got some competition. And this is a diverse cast full of nut jobs. Like, there's not one saying, now, let me stop calling people nut jobs, but full of people who are not as hinged as the majority of us. So it's good TV. It's good TV. And we get 5 episodes on one day. Step it up. Step it up. Anyway, I didn't agree with Madison dropping that bomb on Peter, and I felt really bad for him because he's like trying to not be the bad guy, but he's also being honest, and he's just like, so you're telling me that if I sleep with somebody, you're going to leave? And then he tells her that he has been intimate with one of the girls, Victoria F. It has to be. It has to be. And she falls apart. She falls apart, and I'm just like, that's not fair to him. It's not fair to him. We didn't like it when it happened with Hannah. And I think because it's a guy, he was trying to be very soft with her. But it's the same thing. If he would have went off on her like Hannah went off on Luke P., I would have been okay with it. But I know the majority wouldn't because this is really, frail, Christian white woman. And they probably would have been like, oh, Peter is abusive. But he had every right to. Because how dare you go this far in the process with me and then all of a sudden give me an ultimatum? I'm the Bachelor. You're a contestant. This is my show. You know what I mean? Like, he could have pulled all of that if he wanted to. But again, he's a guy. He can't do that. He has to, deal with her a certain way. And I just didn't think it was fair. I don't think that she was doing it to be mean-spirited. She doesn't give me that. I just felt like she was very confused and struggling with a lot of things that was happening to her in this moment that has happened to her within this show. Also being tormented by the fact that, she's staying with 2 other women that have possibly slept with somebody who she wants to marry. That's the only reason why this season, all of the women were in the same suite, because of Madison. The producers knew that Madison would unravel, and that's exactly what she did. Terrible. Terrible, but it's a TV show. They've been around for 20-something years because they've been terrible. You know what I mean? Like, you can be like, oh, Bachelor producers, this is wrong. But you've been watching since day one because of it. It got a little trashy after the first 3 seasons, but let's be real. They've always been this messy. They've always pulled these tricks on people. And as this show grows and tries to adapt more to society and to new viewers coming in, they're going to get messier and messier. And before you know, this is going to be Caucasian flavor of love. It is what it is. It is what it is. I felt bad for the kid, but I'm just like, this is The Bachelor. This is The Bachelor. This is what they do over there. Even if it's on ABC that is now owned by Disney, that don't mean they're going to stop their mess. That's why you watch. Let's move on to Peter and Hannah. We're done with Madison and her breakdown and her eyelashes. Those eyelashes are a choice. Okay. Anyway, so nothing really happened with Peter and Hannah. I don't feel like they have any kind of chemistry. I really think that she made it this far because it's another person auditioning for The Bachelorette. Who in the hell are they going to pick? Who are they going to pick? Victoria F shot herself in the foot when, it came out that she was a model for the Klan. I said, you risked your whole career on this White Lives Matter campaign and the clothes weren't even popping. Like, you know what I mean? You risked a huge position for yourself. I mean, even though she didn't know that this was an opportunity that could come her way, but still, why would you do anything like that? Like, it wasn't like that photo shoot was a decade ago. You know what I mean? Like, it was very recent. Why in the hell would you? This is what I'm saying, guys. There are really good people in this world. There are really good people in America. But there are so many closed-minded, ignorant people just walking around life being a colossal dummy. Some of us are so blessed to not come amongst people like that. But then you get stuff like this and it's just like, wow, people like you do exist. What? Why would you do that? Like, what have Black people done to you? Now, I could understand if maybe back around the time when she was dating Chase that I stole him from her. Then, she was just like, I can't believe that black heifer stole my man. Let me go and model for the KKK. I get it. You're bitter. But you just wanted to do that? That was something that you were like, yeah, definitely. Let me do that. And I get that it was like I even hate that I'm saying this. I get that it was a play on words for like fish or whatever, because it's a fish company and they wanted to play on the Black Lives Matter movement and pick this, title for their clothing or this signage for their clothing to, create a buzz and attract who? I do not know, but why? Why would you even think to do that? It's so heartless and so careless. So she lost the position right there. Right there. Ain't no way ABC signing on to that heifer, because that will continue to come up every time, every press conference. ABC don't feel like the headache. So she's done. Madison is boring. Hannah, I don't even know what she sounds like, and she looks very young. Too young for me for her to be jumping up and down on random guys and kissing them and straddling them. Like, I accepted that from Rachel because she was good and grown. Hannah just seems very young to me, and I would just be uncomfortable. I was even uncomfortable watching this scene with her and Peter, hand on that door with the steam coming down, like he was like tearing her up. So cheesy, so Bachelor. So I don't know who it could be. I would love for it to be Natasha. I just don't think she had enough screen time for us to make that decision. You know what I mean? Like, can we all really get behind Natasha as the Bachelorette? I would love it, right? But she hasn't really talked about wanting love, and I don't know, she was friend zoned so early, so I don't know. Who do you think could be the Bachelorette from this bunch? Who? Oh, who was that girl that was doing all that crying? Remember the girl that was crying all the time? I forget where she's from. Dakota? She from South Dakota? The blonde girl. Is it Lacey? It's one of them. Maybe her? But I don't know. This season, I have no idea who the Bachelorette could be. The only way I will know who the Bachelorette is at the Women Tell All, because the one who looks the baddest is the Bachelorette. I remember when we saw the Women Tell All, Hannah Brown had a fresh weave, sis had a tan, body was ripped, had a nice little, some veneers, because them teeth look a little different from the season that she was on. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Ain't hating. As soon as I get the coin, I'm going to look a little different. I'm not going to get no plastic surgery or nothing, because no shade, I just don't feel like, the surgeons today really know how to work with black features. I ain't messing with my nose. Y'all come back to check this channel. I'm over here serving this.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel.
Y'all would drag me, and I appreciate you for it. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know who it would be, but I'll watch the Women Tell All, and I'll see if somebody looks like they got that Hollywood makeover. That's who I will know is the Bachelorette. If nobody looks like they got a little financial come up, then they probably picked the Bachelorette from just Bachelor Nation, which I'm fine with. I hope it's somebody who's older. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. These 21-year-old girls are not coming on this show to get married. They're scamming for Instagram followers and for brand deals. No shade, get your coin. But come on. We want results now. We need Results. Speaking of results, Rachel got married and I haven't heard a peep from Bachelor Nation. What the hell happened with her and these producers? Because it seems like they are not featuring her at all. What happened? Who got the tea? Because it just seems like this show is not rocking with Rachel. And Rachel ain't rocking with this show. She got a little slick mouth. Okay, okay, give her that. What else could have possibly happened? Because I saw a little blurb in People magazine about her wedding. That was it. I didn't see anything on the Bachelor's Instagram, or Bachelorette Instagram. I didn't see nothing on their Twitter. Nothing from the show. If you got the tea, let us know in the comment section below. Peter and Victoria F. Absolutely toxic. This couple does not work together. I think that Peter knows that this woman is not the one for him. I just got to be honest here, I think he wanted to take her all the way to fantasy suites because he know the sex gonna be crazy. Can I be real here? That's the only reason why. I think he was just like, I cannot let this woman leave this show without, sleeping with her. Because in his mind, in our minds as well, she's probably, crazy. If she crazy up here, she probably tearing him up in that bedroom. And I think he was like, there's no way I'm letting her leave. No way I'm letting her leave without having a sample of this. I really do. I think he wanted Victoria to be slapping and biting and punching him and spitting in his eye, all that stuff. I think he wanted to have that experience because he probably never had it and then be like, well, you know what? It's not working out. Men do that. Men do that. And, we do too. There's always that one guy where you're just like, he is horrible for me, but I just know it'll be an experience, right? A lot of us don't act on it. A lot of women don't act on it, but the men always act on it. And I think that's what it is because this couple is toxic. They are oil and water, right? Because I was going to say oil and vinegar and they work perfect together. They are oil and water. They do not work. As soon as they sit down for dinner, Victoria is already whining. I don't know what you want from me. Oh, it's not working. Oh, no. And then she goes from whining to barking. Like, girl, you got to calm down. Like, she is a constant whiner and complainer. And then she just gets nasty. Well, okay. Well, it's not what you want. Then fine. Oh, go. All right. What? Girl, it's you. You are the problem. Do the men in the clan accept this kind of behavior? Do the white knights accept this talking back to them? I'm joking. Am I, Victoria? Disappointed. I was riding for you in the first episode. How dare you? Anyway, there's nothing that this couple has that will ever work. I think it's probably a lot of sexual chemistry that Peter, just could not walk away from. But as a wife, hell no, he don't want that. He does not want that. He needed to take this girl to fantasy suites because he didn't even meet her family. Guys, when he did not meet her family, I was just like, he does not want to marry her. He wants to have sex with her. He didn't even try to make it work and just be like, I'll come back tomorrow and meet your family because this is somebody I'm thinking about dating. How do you not? You're about to, or marry. You're about to marry this woman or propose to this woman. How do you not meet her family before you make this decision? Because you don't want to marry her. You want to have sex with her. When she got a rose, I was just like, this dude just wants to bang. He just wants to bang her and let her go. And, even though she is, a Hitler youth, these jokes gonna fly. I don't like that. I don't like that, Peter. It was very obvious when you did not meet her parents. It was very obvious when you gave her a rose what she was there for. And she probably went along with it because she thought she was going to be the Bachelorette. Sis, no. Sis, no. That is done. Why didn't you tell them about your KKK photo shoot? Like, I know you wanted to get on this show, but at least halfway through the season, I would have been like, yo, this dude is really feeling me. I did something back in the day. Can we get ahead of that? You know what? I think she didn't mention it, but now coming to think about it, I think the show already knew because, guys, like clockwork, as soon as Cosmopolitan released that statement that they do not believe in, White Lives Matter and that whole movement or whatever. And even the joke of it, they strongly stand against that. And that statement was so good. I was like, oh, okay, Cosmo. When that statement came out, all of a sudden, we started to see how horrible Victoria F is. That is not a coincidence. That is show business, baby. Show business. Out of nowhere, she just started being awful. They been had footage of this woman being awful. They chose to show it after that cosmopolitan statement. And this is how you get another season. Show business. How is Victoria F 26 and just a whiner?
Oh no, I'm not waiting for you. I want to make this like
that don't get annoying to the people in your life. 26 while she was filming the show, so she got to be 27 now, probably moving on to 28. Ma'am, you 3 years away from 30. You got to cut that whining out, sis. You need to stop the whining, get some therapy, an anger management coach, and you need to sit down and have a couple of race sessions. You need a couple of race relations sessions with Queen Jane Elliott. That's what you need. Because let me tell you something, the older you get, honey, whatever color you are, this world is not going to be kind to you, especially as a woman. Especially as a woman. You want to nip that in the bud and get that together. Ain't nobody taking no 36-year-old woman whining. We don't care who you are.
oh my God, no, stop it.
26. How did your family deal with that? Child, never. And from meeting her family, who the hell is Victoria F related to in that family? I looked at her and I was just like, who? Was the father there? Is she multiracial? Something is not right. Because even when that whole thing broke out about her posing for White Lives Matter, I was just like, Victoria F is white? I was thinking she was maybe a spicy white or like a multiracial woman. Because I thought that she was maybe like Filipino and Caucasian. So, I don't get pure Nazi from her. Crack myself up. But I don't, you know what I mean? So I was just like, you white? I'm telling you, anything is passive for white. Y'all must need the numbers. Y'all must need some numbers. Because I didn't see it. Same thing with Keanu Reeves. Somebody on Twitter was talking about him being white. And everybody in the comment section was just like, you get white from Keanu Reeves? Never. Never did I get white. Until I, read up on his biography because I'm in love with him and I stalked his whole history, his whole bloodline. And I found out that his father was white. And I was like, oh, I didn't say it. So let me get off of it. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about from this episode. What did you guys think of the episode? Let us just know in the comments section below. Also, who do you think is going to be the next Bachelorette? I have no idea. Normally, I have an idea. I was right last year. Check it. There are receipts, baby. I was right about Hannah. But I don't know about this season. I have no idea who this Bachelorette is going to be. Who do you think it's going to be? Let us just know in the comment section below. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you... I'm not going to say when, because Lord knows my schedule is crazy. So I'll see you soon for the following episode of The Bachelor. This will be the Women Tell All, right? Ooh, I can't wait for that. Oh, I can't wait to get into it. Natasha, you better bring some fire. One of y'all better show up because I don't know who this Bachelorette is going to be. Oh, see you soon. Bye.